Hello everyone, welcome back to White Lives Matter Too Much, a segment where a black queer tells you why white lives matter too much in our society and in our whatevers. And today we have two particularly lighthearted stories that I hope can be easily resolved. One incident happening, it looks like a year ago, and another incident happening maybe more recently. The first incident is in Maywood, California, where a black teacher of 64 years old punched a 14-year-old white teenager for calling him the N-word. Now, what's my stance on this? Hell yeah, he should have punched that white boy for calling him the N-word. That is exactly what should have happened. Now, of course, he was arrested for child abuse because he is a teacher, which, that's also an appropriate term. But he has raised money for legal fees and has raised quite a bit, which I'm going to link. You can read all this yourself. And the charges have been dropped, but he does have to complete a 10-week anger management course. Now, because of his age, he was forced to retire early. But the community has backed him up. And, of course, that led to the GoFundMe support. So hopefully he doesn't have to owe any money in lawyer and court fees. And I already said he was forced to retire. And he also has no prior criminal record. So, there's a whole lot to let this person off easy. And I hope that he can continue his life, albeit no longer an educator, albeit the charges were dropped. But punching a white person for calling somebody the N-word, I hope that does not ruin his life. I hope this 64-year-old man can continue to go through life, continue the rest of his days with dignity, the dignity and respect that he deserves. And I hope that little white kid learned a lesson. Talk shit, get hit. The end. And the second story that we have comes from Oakland, California. Good old Oakland, California, but it's not going to be as good as you think it is, because this person was arrested for eating on the platform. The title says, Bay Area police arrest black man because he was illegally eating on the train platform. Now, how many people have you seen eating and smoking on your local train's platform? Now think about how many people you have seen be arrested for it. Now here in lovely Minneapolis, Minnesota, we do have the announcement system that says there's no smoking on the platform. But, nobody gives a shit. They smoke on the platform. But there is nothing about eating on the platform. That is what trash cans are for, to keep the litter to a minimum from people's eating and smoking and what have you. So, of course, he was arrested by the transit police for resisting arrest. And for those of you who are unfamiliar, there is nothing against eating on the platform. You are not supposed to eat on the trains and the buses. Most people usually don't get in trouble for that either. But that is a safety concern. I do acknowledge that. But the platform isn't. What the person who is being arrested is being faced with is a $250 fine and 48 hours of community service. But of course, he's planning to fight it and even planning to sue the city or the transit police department. And I hope he wins, because this is very obviously bullshit. And I want to say that I wanted to address these things on a lighter note. Even though racism and misogyny and things like that aren't light issues, obviously. It's just lighter as in non-lethal. Nobody died. This can be resolved. People can move on with their lives. And hopefully people can learn their lessons and all that. But an injury to one is an injury to all. Full force. And people, the privilege of being able to arrest someone for eating, and little white kids thinking it's cool to call black people the N-word, those are things that need to be resolved quickly. But in the meantime, thank y'all so much for watching White Lives Matter Too Much. This has been Yo Ujo coming at you to your lovely home. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you all later. In the meantime, do the things with the like, comment, and subscribing, and I'll see you later.